yeah, I'm blessed for sure. And I still got that chip on my shoulder to just keep learning and just keep getting better.
Seahawks rookie sensation, a guy who everybody's talking about right now over there, Tory Horton, joining us right now. Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing great. How you guys doing?
I think we're doing pretty well. I mean, yeah, it's the end of training camp. You're essentially like now on to the regular part of practices, et cetera. What do you think you've learned so far?
Yeah, I'd probably just say like the speed of the game, the mental aspect of it. You got to come every day dialed in, mentally and physically prepared. So, it's a huge learning curve from college to the NFL, and that's something that I'm still learning and trying to be that sponge to get a grasp of.
I'm always careful, Tory, to trust Wikipedia. There's AI, there's ChatGPT, there's all this crazy stuff. So I always try to go right to the source rather than just trust what I read in Wikipedia. I look at your bio, I see all your numbers in college. I see your 4.41 and your 37-inch vert. I remember watching that at the combine. And then I look at your high school stats. Are these real? 37 catches in high school, 15 of those 37 touchdowns. Did you play in a wing T system in high school? Are those stats, can you verify those at all?
I don't really know how to verify them. It's kind of like, I don't know. I think that was pretty accurate.
Pretty accurate. So you guys did not throw the ball a ton in high school.
It was. I think that was probably just my senior year though.
Okay.
We didn't throw the ball as much, but I made the most out of it every time we did throw the ball. So
yeah,
that was pretty much that right there. Yeah.
And I kind of asked that because I think there's a lot of kids out there, Tory, and you see it on the 7-on-7 circuit. You see it in these air raid systems. You see it with all the hype and all the stars and 4-star recruit here and a 5-star recruit there and all this production in high school and all this stardom and even money now going into college. That wasn't necessarily your journey, it sounds like.
It was a little bumpy, road. I did play 7-on-7. It wasn't on like the highest stages, but just come out of Fresno, I feel like it's a lot of kids over there who kind of get overlooked. So, yeah, I don't know. There's some hidden gems in Fresno. Just a little shout out for that.
Well, and it seems like that maybe helped you, though, right? I mean, like not having it all handed to you early, not being looked at that way. I mean, do you kind of look at it now as you've got a real shot and playing with the ones as a rookie here, as a rookie in the NFL? Do you look at that almost as a blessing now, looking back at it?
I'm grateful to where I'm at now, and all of the sacrifices my family made, and just the hard work that I put in to get to this stage. I'm still on that learning curve, and just taking everything day by day, and just trying to get better every day. So yeah, I'm blessed for sure, and I still got that chip on my shoulder to just keep learning and just keep getting better.
What'd you make of your first time at Lumen Field, playing in a game in front of this crowd?
I don't know. It was a lot of stuff going through my head. I've been off the field since October. So getting back into it, I was pretty fired up, and me getting back to it and this being my first NFL kind of game, preseason game. It was a whole bunch of excitement and emotions going through my body, because that's all I pretty much dreamed of growing up, and now I'm here living it.
If my eyes were right, Salk, when we watched the Seahawks in T-Mobile in the baseball stadium right across the street, I think my eyes remembered you being a really natural baseball player. Was baseball a part of your life growing up too?
Yeah, I grew up playing baseball a little bit. Yeah, that was one of my second sports that I kind of played a lot. So once we got the opportunity to go to the baseball field, check it out, and do a little something, it was like just secondhand for me.
You seem like a pretty chill dude. Is that a morning thing, or are you just kind of laid back guy in general?
I feel like I'm pretty laid back. I don't know. I kind of just I'm pretty chill. When games start though, I could get a little amped up, but majority of the time I'm pretty chill, just kind of, laid back.
So I mean, we heard this week or last week, I guess, about all the smelling salts around the NFL. How do you go from being chill, laid back dude that we're talking to right now to being a guy who gets out on the field and has some of that dog in him?
I don't know. I just feel like it's that competitive mindset that I got, just that setting, get on the field, even at practice, just out there. I always want to compete. So, it's just like a little switch in my head that kind of, flips on and off. And, when it's time to go and when it's time to go out and compete, that's like that boost that, my body gets. And, I'm kind of juiced and amped up to go out there and, play.
Tory Horton here with us. So I brought up your high school numbers. Very different story in college as you follow Coach Norvell from Nevada to Colorado State, back-to-back 1,100-yard years, back-to-back first-team all-conference performers. And then as you just shared with us, you hadn't been on the field since last October. Can you take us back to that and what that just kind of devastating injury was then and the impact it's had on you now?
That injury was something that was very unexpected. Me coming back from my last year, having something like that to the knee, LCL hamstring, that's something that you don't really want to think about. But it kind of took my game to a different level on the mental aspect of it. Just showing me, how important recovery and watching film and studying other teams is, knowing that I couldn't be out there on the field physically. I feel like I was out there mentally now, and that's something that I feel like is taking my game to the next level. Just being that student to that student to the game, just putting that same amount of effort, in the recovery and rehab aspect of the game and mental aspect of it.
Speaking of that, I went into some detail, what was that, Salk, last Friday after your Thursday night touchdown on your little stick route, your little out route. Can you kind of take me through that? I did it through my old quarterback eyes of your instincts and your feel, not to just run right into that cloud corner, but to kind of settle, and then you get a great ball and you split the double team. Can you kind of take me, just the mental rep there, the next level stuff that goes through your mind in that real moment as you process that play and touchdown?
Yeah, like I said, it's something that I learned, how important it is to watch film and just the mental aspect of it. That's something that we kind of worked in practice. And, the first time I kind of repped that same play, I kind of messed it up. And, that was the time for me to go back to the drawing board and, fix and sharpen up my mistakes. And, once we kind of got that squared away, the same play kind of occurred in the game. And, I was in the right spot. I kind of told myself, this is the play right here where, you can't be too fast if it's a corner drop in or, you kind of get that zone feeling. And, I kind of just let my preparation and my, just my studying kind of take over that play. And, I was in the right spot for Drew to, get the ball, make that move, get in the end zone.
It's going to be hard for a wide receiver to say, "Hey, I can't be too fast." Right? I mean, like your whole everything is built on being faster. But then there have to be times where you got to not use that speed in the moment.
Yeah, for sure. You for sure got to tempo it down sometimes. That's something that I kind of struggled with at first, but at this level, you can't have everything going full speed.
But I got to imagine the best route still just go, right? I mean, just use the speed and throw it to me as far as you can.
That's always the best route right there.
Okay, good. Ball. Yeah. I've learned, Brock, not to ask wide receivers what the best route is. I know what it is. It's always the go ball. I've never heard any different answers. So, hey, it was nice to get to meet you. Thank you. Everyone's been talking about you. Seriously, it's been one of the really great stories of camp so far, and looking forward to seeing you in the game again this Friday and into the regular season. It only gets more fun from here.
Appreciate you guys. Shout out to 12s.
All right, there you go. There's Tory Horton. Shout out to the 12s right at the end there, Brock. And pretty chill dude.
Salk.
Pretty chill.
I told you before, right? Defensive linemen, they look for shade. That's just what they do. And typically the fastest receivers are the chillest dudes. It's just kind of the way and the rhythm it works.